Look at the way I look at you when you say that I'm bald and my head is shining. Guys, here's the thing. If I'd done what I'm telling you before my hair fell out, my hair would have been much better. Maybe it would have taken a bit longer to fall out. But there's something called androgenetic alopecia. There's something that's genetic that you're not going to change much. There's no point in suffering too much with it. So what I want to talk to you about today is male and female hair loss. It applies to both, okay? It works for both. So let's get to it. The main signs that our bodies are not doing well. So if you want to know if a person is healthy or not, it's not whether the person is ill. Look at the person. Look at yourself in the mirror now. Look in the mirror. Look at your hair and look at your nails. That's it. If they're not well, there's something wrong with your health. Have you ever eaten that turkey that has pop-up timer that comes out when it's roasted? That Christmas and Thanksgiving turkey. Hair and nails, they're a sign. Like the little pointer on the turkey. If you're well, your hair is well. It's shiny, it's voluminous, it's moisturized. It's really beautiful to see. Now if you're in a bad way, your hair starts to dry out and your nails start to break. Have you ever heard of that little thing, that white mark, which mine doesn't have, but there's a white mark on the nails? Have you ever seen that? Today you're going to know what that is, what that little mark is. Look at your nails now and see if there's a mark. If there is, you'll know why later. When someone has healthy hair, it shows, I'm healthy. And you know what? The human being who looks at someone with healthy hair notices and is attracted. Hair is the power of women. Women sometimes want to make it sexy and put silicone in it. I know that's all important. But when a woman takes beautiful hair and does it like that, I get dizzy. When she throws her hair to one side like that, boy, there's no man who can resist. And the man too, when he takes hair like this and does it like this, in my day we did it like this, then women can't resist either. People are avoiding calories so as not to put on weight, and they're making their hair worse. Sometimes they're worried about calories. Calories aren't the most important thing. The most important thing is where that calorie comes from. So people are avoiding calories and their hair is getting sick. They're losing weight, but their hair is getting sick. So often, have to understand that our body sends the energy from calories to the most important things. It sends it to the heart, it sends it to the liver, it sends it to the brain. If you're studying hard, your calories go to your brain. If you have an infection, your calories go to your antibodies to fight that infection. So hair is the least important thing for our organism. Do you understand that? Hair is not a basic need. Although you like it, but hair is for our body. Hair and nails are for our body. Just as interior design is essential for a building's aesthetics. Dayan, but you're talking about the architect. No, that's not it. People spend money on bricks, concrete, ceiling tiles, and sometimes the architect doesn't have enough money to do the decoration, so he goes to the store, buys a fridge, and then unpacks it himself. That's how it is with our bodies. We use up calories, vitamins, and minerals with the essentials. And then there's no more hair because we eat badly, because we eat wrong, because we're under some kind of stress. So remember that water is also very important for hair. People aren't drinking water these days. Water is also very important. Another thing that's important for hair is good fats. And I'm going to tell you about good fats too. Okay?
Hey you guys, are you enjoying our content? Why I'm asking this? Because according to our channel analysis, 97% of the people who watch us are not subscribed to the channel. Do you believe this? So I sincerely ask, if you have liked our content, subscribe to our channel. Let's make this content reach everyone around the world and let's make this a healthier world, okay? So subscribe our channel and God bless you.
So people today are avoiding, for example, a food that is great for the hair. Write it down. If you don't eat it and want to improve your hair and nails, write down the first one. Avocado. Avocado is great for hair, right? Very important. Avocado. Start with this first one. Another thing is the coconut possesses various benefits for your overall well-being. This includes its water, pulp, and even its application to hair. Eating it or using it topically can enhance its advantages. Another valuable inclusion is chestnuts, which offer similar benefits. Brazil nuts are noteworthy among all the nuts. Therefore, consuming nuts can promote healthy hair and nails. Hair loss is significantly associated with cold temperatures. Being exposed to the cold can make hair loss worse. It's important to understand the link between cold and hair loss. But why does this occur? In the cold, we need various nutrients. We need vitamin A, we need zinc, we need minerals. But why do we need all this in the cold? Because in the cold, we are more confined and have a greater risk of infection. We have less sunshine and less production of vitamin D, which is a natural antibiotic. Look at that. As we have none of this, our vitamins and minerals go to fight infection. And then what happens? No more hair. That's why people who live in warmer regions usually have more beautiful hair. That's why, for example, Brazilian women have beautiful hair. That's why you should start noticing it, right? In winter, people are more careless. They end up being more careless. Women don't look after their hair as much because it gets too wet. It rains in the street. They eat milk chocolate. They don't drink as much water, right? People start not drinking as much water in the cold. Now there's something called androgenetic alopecia, which is usually alopecia in men. It's mine, right? So there are men who already know they have a tendency. I just didn't know it. When I was younger, I didn't worry about it. So what can you do? You can write down the name of this mineral, which is one of the most important for hair. Zinc. Dayan, where do I find zinc? Where do I find zinc? Write it down. In whole grains, chia, linseed, gigilin, oats, for example, you can find it in oysters too. Oysters, legumes, right? But that's not so easy to find, is it, my friends? So one possibility is to take them in capsules, right? Manipulated capsules. That's very practical. And zinc is directly linked to the production of antioxidants. Why does zinc improve our hair? Because zinc produces antioxidants. Antioxidants help defend the body. And then all your minerals will also be directed to your hair, right? So it's very important. And that's why people who are stressed, look, people who are stressed can have hair loss. Also due to zinc deficiency, because zinc is used for stress and not for hair. Is that clear, people? Is that good? So people who are stressed can have hair and skin problems too. Not just hair and nails, but oily skin too, right? Sometimes you have oily skin, you go to the dermatologist and have a skin treatment and you don't use zinc. People who are stressed, most of these people are on diets. If you're on a low carb diet and you're not guided, if you do intermittent fasting without guidance, all these people can have problems with hair loss and brittle nails. Why? When it happens, it's usually a protein problem. Your hair, pay attention to one thing. 88% of our hair is protein. 80% of our hair. And then you eat cake, chocolate, bread. So what? Where's the protein, right? Well, look at that. We need something called essential amino acids. What are essential amino acids? They are amino acids that make up proteins. And that will help your hair. We need to have protein at every meal. Are you listening? We need to have protein at every meal. Then there are people who go to the gym with nothing but junk food. Then they go to the gym, get to the gym, work out, finish, and say, I'm going to take my whey protein, take mine. Then they think they've eaten the protein of the day. Sweetheart, you're taking sugar. 17 brands of the 19 whey protein brands I know have too much sugar. There's gluten, there's lactose, you're poisoning your body, okay? There's fructose in whey protein. So be very, very careful, okay? Eggs, people, eggs are like broccoli. Everything you ask about eggs is good. Is the egg good for cholesterol? It's good. Are eggs good for fibromyalgia? Good. Are eggs good for impotence? Good. Because there's everything in eggs. The egg just doesn't have vitamin C. The egg has everything. The main ones for our hair and nails. These two are the most important, okay? Now, you've encountered this before on a tube of shampoo. Make a note of cysteine and methionine, please. So cysteine and methionine, right? They are excellent sources for hair and nails. And where do you find that, Dayan? I'd like to know which food has it. It's in chickpeas, for example. Chickpeas. Chickpeas are a wonderful food. You can eat them as a snack. Did you know that? Late afternoon, you're hungry, it's not dinner time yet, eat chickpeas. It's wonderful. It'll be good for your hair and your nails. You know something else too? Beans. But you don't eat that many beans, right? You don't eat that many beans. Now, you can also improve with chicken and meat, all of which is protein, people, all of which is protein, right? So come on, if you have other nutrients, if you have selenium, if you have amino acids, if you have B vitamins, if you have various other nutrients, what will happen if you have all these nutrients in your body? Your zinc is spared, your zinc is spared. The white spots on your nails could be a zinc deficiency. Be aware that if you have white spots on your nails, you could have a zinc deficiency, vitamin A, or selenium. Zinc, vitamin A, and selenium. Calcium is also important for nails, hair, and skin too, for everything. Calcium is important for everything, right? Now, where do you get the calcium? I was going to talk about calcium. You've already started. Calcium you get from legumes. Everything that's green has calcium. Have you paid attention that cows don't get osteoporosis because they eat grass? Everything that's green has calcium, right? So, I abuse broccoli, I abuse spinach, I abuse cabbage, I abuse everything that's green, okay? As well as sardines. Sardines are an excellent source of calcium too, okay? Goodbye to you. Be happy, live healthy, live with passion and with God in your heart. Love to you. Watch the video again and write down everything that needs to be written down. A hug in your heart.